One of the interesting aspects of this year's presidential election, since we're only about a year away now, is Ron Paul, the current Republican candidate for president. Many of the followers of Ron Paul are very fervent and followed him over the years. And there has been talk recently of Paul becoming an independent third party candidate. And what exactly would be the consequences of such a move? Currently, as it stands, the Republican Party has no real strong candidate. It appears it's down at this point to Kane and Romney. Either of these candidates, if whichever it is that eventually comes out ahead, would face come into the general election with many negatives, and would face, even though they would face a president who has very little to campaign on and is increasingly unpopular. Um, the Republican candidate, either Kane or Romney, would also have some very strong weaknesses. If you add to that mix a third-party candidacy of Ron Paul, then you have potentially what happened in the 2000 election when Ralph Nader ran as an independent and gathered a substantial number of percentage of the vote. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was 5%. At any rate, Paul could certainly, as a third-party candidate, win 5% or more of the popular vote in 2012. If you look at where these votes would come from, a lot of these votes would be from Republican uh, voters and or more conservative independent voters. And that would hurt and potentially tighten the race for the Republican nominee, be it Kane or Romney, and make the election very close. In fact, it could actually help the incumbent Obama win re-election in a close race by taking one of those votes. There would be very few people that would support Ron Paul that would be, say, liberal Democrats or progressives, or the traditional base of the Democratic Party, which would vote for Obama. It would be more of the conservative base. So it'd be interesting to see. But if Paul does decide to bolt and run as a third-party independent, it could definitely hurt the Republican candidate and give the current unpopular incumbent, President Obama, a real shot at winning in 2012. So we'll see how that goes.